What if the real problem with the oral weight loss tablet in your hand isn't the drug at all, but the hidden helper ingredient added to get it past your stomach? Only about 1% of oral semaglutide actually reaches your bloodstream. The other 99% washes through your digestive tract, and so does something called snack.
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom.
SNAC stands for salsaprosate sodium, the absorption enhancer that makes pill-form GLP-1 drugs possible in the first place. Without it, the peptide would get chewed up by stomach acid before ever reaching the blood. Dr. Mercola walks through a new paper in the Journal of Controlled Release asking a simple question. If 99% of this stuff washes over your microbiome for months on end, what is it doing down there?
Researchers fed healthy rats either semaglutide alone, snack alone, or both together for 21 days, then analyzed their stool, their gut tissue, and their blood. The animals weren't diabetic and weren't obese. That was intentional. Starting with healthy animals gives a cleaner look at what the compound itself does to a gut ecosystem.
The shifts happened fast. Within 3 weeks, the microbial landscape looked meaningfully different. 2 helpful bacterial families took the biggest hits. Muribaculaceae dropped by roughly 53% in the semaglutide group, and Lactobacilliaceae, the classic fermenters we associate with healthy digestion, fell sharply in the snack group.
Several enzymes that break down carbohydrates also dove in the snack animals. Dr. Mercola points out this matters because those enzymes are how microbes turn fiber and resistant starch into fuel. When they disappear, the fermentation pipeline breaks and the whole downstream signaling cascade goes quiet.
Meanwhile, the opposite kind of bacteria expanded. Desulfovibrianaceae, a family tied to gut inflammation and metabolic dysfunction, increased after snack exposure. So, beneficial fiber fermenters were shrinking on one side and pro-inflammatory sulfate reducers blooming on the other. That's the exact pattern you don't want.
Here's the finding that probably matters most. Butyrate, the short-chain fatty acid produced when friendly bacteria ferment fiber, dropped dramatically. Butyrate is the primary fuel for the cells lining your colon. It keeps the gut barrier tight, calms inflammation, and signals the L cells in your intestine to release your body's own GLP-1. The drug mimics the hormone. Butyrate helps you make it yourself.
When butyrate falls, several bad things happen at once. Colon cells lose their preferred energy source. Tight junctions between cells loosen, and bacterial fragments called endotoxins, which belong on the inside of the gut, start slipping into the bloodstream. That's the leaky gut cascade in one sentence.
The blood work backed that up. Inflammatory signaling molecules rose after snack exposure, including TNF, the one researchers watch closely in metabolic conditions. These alarm chemicals rise in obesity, fatty liver, insulin resistance, and cardiovascular disease. So the drug marketed as a metabolic fix appears, through its delivery carrier, to trigger the same inflammatory signature the user is trying to escape.
Dr. Mercola also flags a liver connection that's easy to miss. Blood from your intestines flows directly to the liver through the portal vein. When endotoxins leak from a weakened gut, the liver takes the first hit. That's one reason chronic gut disruption and fatty liver show up together so often. The paper picked up early signals of that gut-liver stress in just 3 weeks.
So what do you do about it? Dr. Mercola's argument is that you don't need an absorption enhancer and a pharmaceutical peptide to produce GLP-1. Your intestine already makes it. The job is to restore the signaling environment, the butyrate factory, so your body switches that hormone on by itself.
Step 1 is to stabilize digestion before overhauling anything. If you're dealing with bloating or unpredictable bowel habits, dumping raw fiber on top will make things worse. Start with easy-to-digest carbohydrates, ripe whole fruits, and well-cooked white rice. Those feed mitochondria without antagonizing an irritated gut.
Once digestion calms, expand plant diversity gradually. That's where resistant starches come in. Cooked and cooled white potatoes, green bananas, properly prepared legumes. These are the specific substrates butyrate-producing bacteria love. Dr. Mercola emphasizes the word gradually. You're rebuilding an ecosystem, not carpet bombing it.
Removing the real saboteurs matters just as much as adding the right fuel. Industrial seed oils high in linoleic acid sit at the top of the list. Those fragile fats embed into cell membranes and make it harder for colon cells to burn butyrate even when it's available. You can feed the system perfectly and still stall out if you keep flooding it with oxidized oils from restaurant food and packaged snacks.
As butyrate-producing microbes multiply, the gut barrier tightens, the endotoxin leak shuts down, and inflammatory signals settle. The L cells in your intestine release GLP-1 on their own schedule in response to real food, exactly how the hormone was designed to work. Appetite regulation and healthy blood sugar balance follow naturally.
The uncomfortable takeaway is that the delivery shuttle, not just the active drug, has its own biology. An injectable GLP-1 bypasses the gut entirely. An oral tablet dosed every single day puts snack in direct contact with your microbiome, and we don't yet have long-term human data on what that looks like over years.
Dr. Mercola's broader point lands with force here. Chronic disease is rarely one missing drug. It's usually a broken signaling environment. Fix the terrain and the hormones your body is already programmed to make start flowing again. Override the terrain with a pill, and you may be trading one set of problems for another that shows up much later.
Drop a comment below and tell us this. What's the one dietary change that's made the biggest difference for your digestion? And if you knew how to activate your body's own GLP-1 naturally, would you still consider the pill? Thank you for listening to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. See you in the next episode.
Looking for trusted health wisdom you can hold in your hands? Discover the life-changing books of Dr. Mercola at joyhousepublishing.com. These titles bring decades of natural health research into practical steps for better energy, stronger immunity, and clearer thinking. Take charge of your health with guidance rooted in science and experience. Visit joyhousepublishing.com now and claim your bonuses while they are available.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.